My name is John Gaitho. Welcome to Jofa Farm. Jofa Farm is in Nyeri County, Nyeri South Sub-County, Nyeri North location, Nyeri Sub-Location, in Kiajogu Forage. This farm is 2.5 acres, and the main enterprise in this farm is dairy farming. Dairy farming, I have taken it as my hobby because I started keeping dairy cow more than 15 years back. But during that time, I just used it to keep it as a hobby. But later I realized that dairy cow can be a good income generating enterprise. In 2015, that's the time I decided that I should now take dairy as a business. And what I did was I just started with my own animal, which was in the farm. I had one cow which was producing about 12 liters per day. And when I realized that it has got that small potential, I decided now to do breeding, proper breeding. And from there, in my farm, currently I have got 4 dairy cows which are lactating and milking about 75 liters per day from those animals at different stages of lactation because some are already in calf. One of my highest yield from that time is I have managed to milk like 3 liters in one day from one cow. So I am seeing that I'm on the right progress of improving my animals. And my projection is that by the year 2016, I will like to have about 10 animals in the farm. And I am projecting that I will be milking over 200 liters per day. In this farm, I also have some tea, which is about half an acre. But before I used to see tea as a good enterprise, but for today, I am thinking also of uprooting the tea which is there so that I can put some fodder on that farm, because I am seeing that dairy is a way to go in this area. And in order to achieve that one, I realized that in order to do dairy farming, you must have enough fodder in your farm. And when I realized that, I started planting Napier grass because Napier grass do well in this area. It has got high production levels and even the nutrition value is a bit good. Also, I have planted bracharia in the farm. Bracharia is a type of grass which has also have good high energy levels and also high protein levels. I'm going to talk about the fodder production because what I realized, in order to achieve what I'm saying, you have to have fodder enough in your farm. And in my farm, I have got Napier grass, I have got bracharia, and also Cariadra fodder tree. On Napier grass, the variety which I'm farming is Kakamega 2. I realize that Kakamega 2 is a good variety because it has got high forage production. It is more resistant to diseases, especially the head smut. The production, after cutting, the regrowth is fast, and also the nutrition value is a bit high, by the way I have noted it. When it comes to establishment of the Napier grass, you have to prepare your land thoroughly. It's just the way we prepare when we want to plant maize or any other crop. After land preparation, you can use canes or spirits. When you are using the canes, you normally have a cane with 3 nodes. You put 2 nodes on the ground and 1 node is left above. During the planting, you have to use the fertilizer, and the fertilizer we use is 2020 NPK at a rate of 50 kilogram per acre. When you are using the splits, you just make some holes and then you put a split there, and if it's possible, you can use even manure during the planting when you are using the splits. After planting the canes or the splits, they normally take 3 months to be mature for harvesting, which is about 1 meter to 1.5 meters. And when it comes to management of now the Napier after establishing, you have to do the weeding, regularly after cutting. You have to do the manuring regularly after cutting, and also you have to apply fertilizer after cutting. We normally apply fertilizer at a rate of 100 kilograms per acre, the 2020 NPK, and especially the fertilizer we use it during the long rains at the middle of the rains. Also, when it comes to cutting for the proper management of the Napier, when you are cutting, you leave a stool of about 5 centimeters. Otherwise, if you cut it down on the ground, you find that your Napier will start rotting instead of regrowth. So that is part of the management. You cut about 5 centimeters from the ground. Also, what we have realized when you are weeding the Napier field, avoiding using fork jebe, because when you use the fork jebe, you uproot the hair root, which is normally the one which takes nutrients from the soil and make your fodder Napier to grow well. We have realized that when you do that management of putting the fertilizer, the manure, you can be able to cut your Napier 4 times per year in this region. And to add on that, when we have the excess of Napier in our farm, we put it as silage. Because during the long rains and when we have a lot of rain, we experience that we have excess Napier, and therefore instead of leaving it to go to the waste, we just take it and put it in, keep it in form of silage, which help us when we have the dry spell in our farm. Currently, there is another variety in the market of Napier grass, and I'm already started planting that one, which is called Super Napier in the market. It is a new variety in our country, and it has also another name called Pakchon. I have come to understand that it is more advantageous than the current Kakamega Napier we are having, because production levels are high than the Kakamega one. Disease resistance is also high than the Kakamega one, than the Kakamega 2 I have been using. And I have realized that through the experience of farmers who have got the Super Napier, in 1 acre you can be able to keep 10 dairy animals depending only on that fodder. And currently I'm doing that, and even the field I'm planting currently. And I am hoping that if it does that, I might even go build the amount of milk I think I can do by the year 2026. The other type of fodder I am also farming in my farm is the Bracharia. It's also a new grass in the country. The protein level is 12 to 16%, and it has a high milk yield when you feed your animals, and also the palatability is also high. In order to establish the Bracharia grass, you can use seeds or splits also. And when you use the splits, the spacing is 1 meter by 1 meter. After planting, within 2-3 months, the grass is ready for harvesting. The advantage of Bracharia is that it's also a high yielding grass. The biomass is high. You can produce about 20 tons per year in 1 acre. The other thing is drought resistant. We have noted that when it is a bit dry, that grass normally doesn't dry. So when the rains comes, it grows very fast. Already establishment is very easy. It doesn't have a lot of problem when you are trying to establish the grass. And also it is good when you have the excess, you can keep it as silage, and also you can keep it as hay. So in my farm, I have about half an acre of Bracharia grass. Also in the farm, I have got another fodder tree called Cariadra. Cariadra, apart from the grass, the Napier grass and the Bracharia, they normally provide, the Bracharia and Napier grass provide carbohydrates or energy to the animal. So we normally have a deficiency of protein in our animals, and that's why you need to have the legumes to supplement the deficiency of protein in our animals. So in my farm, I have the career fodder trees. When you want to establish the career fodder tree, you normally use seeds. You put them in a bed, a seed bed. From there, you transplant them in a potted paper. Then from there, you can put them in the farm. And the spacing is 1 meter by 1 meter when you are planting in your pure start. But you can also put it on the edges of your farm, the main boundary, because it is a legume and it does not destroy the neighbor's farm or your farm. What we have even realized that it adds a lot of fertility in the soil through soil fixation. When it comes to silage making, in my farm, I normally use 2 types of silage making. I can use the polyethylene tubes for keeping the silage. Also, I can use the trench. Currently, what I'm doing is the tube because you don't have a lot of forage in the farm. And when you want to make the silage, first of all, if it is Napier, if it is fodder maize, or if it is black area, you have to cut it and leave it for some few days to wilt. Normally we leave it for about 2 to 3 days when it is shiny, or about 3 to 4 days when the weather is not that shiny. In order to keep the silage, you have to chop it to about 2 centimeters. I have a shaft cutter and also a chopper for doing that work. And in order to make silage, if you get the concept of silage, is what you are supposed to do is you preserve your material by removing a lot of oxygen there. So we normally say that in order to have a good silage, it should be in anaerobic condition. And in order to achieve that one, we put our material in the polyethylene tube or in our trench. Then we compact them. When you are compacting, you normally are removing the oxygen. But before we put them on the polyethylene paper or in the trench, we have to add molasses, especially if it is Napier grass. And why we use molasses? Because the microorganisms which make that silage to be stable requires a lot of energy, and Napier does not have that energy to make them stable. But if you are making water silage, even if you don't have molasses, the silage will be okay for that one. And when we keep our silage, we say that it is ready for use after 3 weeks. But even after those 3 weeks, if you have enough in your farm, the silage can even stay for 4 or 5 years without use. So we normally use it when we see that there's some deficiency. That's when we use it. Also, I have got other enterprises I am introducing in this farm. I have got fish farming. I have got 2 pots whereby I'm rearing tilapia and catfish. And by the year 2026, I also believe that I will be having a high production on fish production. Also, another enterprise I am also putting up in this farm is poultry enterprise, whereby I am concentrating on improved kienyeji. Currently, I have got that curry manufacture improved kienyeji, whereby I am doing hatching. I've got an incubator and I'm doing some hatching. And on a monthly basis, I'm unable to produce about 40 chicks. So by the year 2026, my plan is to be producing over 200 chicks per month. And you are welcome in this farm anytime so that you can see what we are doing.